All right, guys. So, what I want to talk about today, before anything else, is that the market is down, and I'm going to give you the reason why it's down, supposedly, anyways. When I was making or started like looking at it, it was down what do you call it? It was down 250 points, right? But now it's back up to 100. So, or 125 or something. Hopefully, you guys can see that. It's 125. Come on. All right. So, anyways, you have to take my word for it. It's 125. So, anyways, um, it's basically going back up. I think it's a dip. I bought in and I sold some stocks. I sold my weed stocks. I'm not a big fan of weed, but I bought in because it was doing a run and I made a bit. But so I just sold it. I don't know. I mean, there was this huge spike in weed due to the weed squeeze, and I don't think it'll recover until a few months later because whenever after the squeeze, right, it's gonna just go down, and then after it goes down, it's gonna go back up again. I know that it's gonna go back up during I guess, when they start talking about the legalization. So most of the market is down today, with the exception of multiple ones that are like blockchain. Even some of the blockchains are down, like Hive, but they're mostly flat. So silver is up a bit, you know. Wheat is definitely up a bit, slightly bit, not too much, but it's up a bit. And a lot of the stocks are down. Green energy, right? And supposedly, the reason for that is because the green energy stocks are down because Texas has a deep freeze that has frozen almost everything, and they just made the world look at green energy in a bad way because they had no idea what the hell they were doing. Supposedly, they're supposed to be the greatest makers in the world or something, but you know, it froze their wind turbine. It snow covered the solar panel, and I guess that's frozen too. You got the natural gas, you got oil, you got coal, you got everything is down, and even the water pipes are bursting in Texas. And one of the reasons for that is because they had no idea what they were doing. They were totally caught off guard, and they weren't expecting Texas to have a cold weather. I mean, they basically just set everything. It's almost like you have a house, right? And your house, there is no heat because, hey, we live in an area which doesn't snow much, so we don't need heat. And then all of a sudden, bam, this thing comes, and then you're frozen. You're no electricity, no anything. So that just made green energy look bad for now. But this thing will melt. I mean, the freeze will melt. It will go away. Let me just look at the weather. But a lot of the energy stocks soared. I mean, I sold some of my energy stocks because I had them from last year and they didn't really make that much money. Well, actually, $1 to $4.50 is kind of good. But it looks like it's gonna snow. Actually, let me find Texas. So, anyways, it made the green energy sector look bad, right? I mean, really bad. And that's why most of the things are down. But looking at Texas right now, I mean, all I see is sun, right? Then it looks like it just happened over a weekend. So it made it look bad. This is like the dip in the green energy that you should buy, or whatever. It's kind of like Tesla. And the reason for Tesla's going down is also because of that. I mean, well, a number of things with Tesla. Tesla's kind of overvalued a bit, and at the same time, it's dragged down by the bad image of the green energy. So, I bought in. I didn't buy Tesla, but I bought into some green energy stuff. I sold some of my oil stocks because I was like, I held it for long enough, and I had no clue when it would be a better day to sell than the deep freeze. So that is one of the reasons why the market is down. Now, the second reason I know everybody probably knows also, or the media is telling you why it's down. And the media is most likely wrong because they're talking about how the disappointing job loss or the job, whatever, I think it was like the job report, my bad. So the disappointing job report just made people lose confidence. I mean, I think the deep freeze made people lose confidence, which combined with the job report. I mean, the job report has been bad for the entire pandemic. I mean, who the hell cares about the job report? It's kind of like the Dow dropped about 250 points today, right? I mean, nobody really cares about that. That used to be a big thing back in the day, right? But you have to drop at least 1,000 points for it to be serious now. I mean, during the pandemic, the Dow dropped 1,000 point each day for like 1 or 2 weeks. So obviously it's not that important, dropping 250 points, and it even went back up to 100 and something. So I don't think the market's going to crash. It might be scaring people because March is coming up, and last year of March is when the market crashed. So they are trying to scare people ahead of time. That's what everybody is, or, the elites or the big money. They're trying to scare people going into March, and then watch it. I don't know, just rally. Like that's what I'm anticipating. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're trying to scare people. There might be a bigger dip. I could be completely wrong, but I bought into this dip already. So there might be a bigger dip, and they're trying to scare people before March, right? And then once March comes along, everybody's thinking, "Oh shit!" Right? They're thinking, "Uh, last year there was a pandemic, and the market dropped 1,000 point each week. I better sell." So, and then at the same time, you got the big people just buying as everybody is selling, right? So, I think this either might be it or there might be a bigger down like correction, but in the end, I think it'll just go higher. There won't be a crash per se, and I think it's impossible to have a crash in my opinion because the Fed has guaranteed that they will print money to infinity, right, to prop up the market. So even if they was going down 1,000 points, you got the Fed's like, you know, pretty much flickering and saying, "Hey, we'll hold it up for you. Even if you fall, we'll hold it up for you." So I am not fighting the markets. I'm in and I'm adding more money. If it goes down more, I will buy more. And I'm mostly in the green energy right now. I sold the weed because there was a weed squeeze and I expected to maybe correct a bit before going higher during the legalization, maybe during spring or something. But yeah, I mean, I'm just buying into the green stuff right now. I mean, the green materials like graphite, cobalt, um, the batteries, lithium battery. What do you have? I'm keeping my silver. I've been holding it since 19 cents, and I'm just holding it because I like it. And usually I don't, but I like it, so we're good. What do you call it? I sold the weed. Gold, I do not like right now. I think Bitcoin has taken over gold for now, as far as I know. And blockchain, I'm not in. It already went up. I'm waiting for a time for it to correct 30%, and then I will buy in. But right now, it looks like it just keeps on going up, and I don't like buying things that keeps on going up because eventually it will go down, right? And I don't know when it's gonna go down, so I'm gonna wait until it goes down. And yeah, I mean, those are pretty much the sectors I'm looking at. Oh yeah, Neo is down as well. I have some stocks in Neo, but it's down because Tesla is down. Tesla is down because there's a deep freeze in Texas. Well, that's what I think anyways. Um, yeah, silver is down a bit. I'm holding out on it. It's nothing major. I'd call it flat in my opinion. But wheat is just doing the best today. I mean, it's not up by a lot. It's also, well, blockchain's also doing good, but I'm not in that. So, anyways, I mean, there are some nutrition brands that are doing good and some gambling stuff, but I'm not in those either. I'm just watching it. We'll see what happens from then on. But yeah, I mean, I think there's not going to be a market crash. I think people that are hoping for a market crash are the people that really hates Biden. That's it. I mean, they're not in it to make money or lose money. They're in it to make Biden look bad. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just here to try to make some money, make some good investments, and keep them. That's pretty much. Oh yeah, I bought a blockchain today. Ah, yeah, that auto purchase because I set a limit, right? And then it auto purchased whenever it hit that limit. But I'm hoping tomorrow it'll go down a bit more. That's when I get in. I'm thinking next week will be better, but this week is a pretty good week to load up on some stuff. My friend sold earlier, and he's not loaded up, or no, he's not loading up. So I don't know. I mean, because one day you could miss it and then it'll be too late. But anyways, I like it right now. I don't think it, like I was saying, I don't think the market's gonna crash. And if it was going to crash, right, the Fed is going to print money to buy up the uh or prop up the stock market. That's what I think. And looking down my list, yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned gold, I mentioned silver, I mentioned green energy. Some nutrition brands. I mentioned silver, right? Well, gold and silver are the same thing. So I mentioned blockchain. What the hell is this? Oh yeah, weed I mentioned. Those are some of the stocks that I'm watching. I don't think I'd have no technology stocks at all. I'm not into technology stocks. I mean, if you want to call, I don't know, EV technology, but I am not into technology stocks like Facebook or DoorDash or something like that, or was that Bramble, or whatever that dating thing is. I'm not into any of those. I mean, they might be going up. I could be completely wrong, but Amazon is up, so I guess we're good there. But yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, I don't think the market will crash. For those that are calling for a market crash, I think you guys are like really salty, to sort of speak, because history has said that the market, even if it crashes, it will be short lived. I think during the March crash, it only took them a week before they started pumping everything back up. And after the pandemic, right? I probably don't think it will drop more than 2 days because they're going to come out and they're going to say something within 2 days because we're in a pandemic combined with all these other problems. So I think we're good. I think it'll go up, but I think there might be like a better correction. Right now, we were just down 250 points. I think there might be a day we might correct 500 points. That might be a better buy, but I could be completely wrong. I mean, this might be it already, and then it would just keep on going. But in the end, right? If you just hold out, I'm not sure if I mentioned this. I had 20 something $1,000 in the stocks. It went down to 15,000. I was freaking out, right? And then I held on to it, and now it's up like 40,000. So we're kind of, we're good, right? You have to hold out because that's just how it is and how it works.